Hi, I'm Ashley Robin, your Offsite Program Coordinator, and I'm here with Jeannie from IsingsTravel to talk to you a little bit about Shell Point's Epic Journeys collection. How are you?
Great, Ashley. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too, and I hear you have a few trips left in 2019.
2019 is going very, very quickly. 3 great trips that still have openings. One is a great Americana trip to the Pacific Coast. We go up and we take you to Seattle, we'll take you to the San Juan Islands, Vancouver, and we are including everything in this trip, including airfare, gratuities, which we do on all trips, but also all the excursions. So we join a ship in Vancouver, and we have excursions in Astoria, Oregon, in San Francisco, and Santa Barbara and Solvang. So great, great trip. Please look into it. It's starting to fill up very fast, but if you're looking for something that's shorter and something that's in the U.S., this is the perfect one for you.
Nice.
We're also going to go in 2019 to the Panama Canal, and we have a lot of Shell Pointers signed up for this trip. It's very popular to go over Thanksgiving, and that's when we're going. On this particular cruise, though, we are also including excursions at 3 of the ports.
Oh, wow.
The ports that we're including excursions is Curacao in the Dutch West Indies, my favorite port because that's where I was born.
Oh,
Then to the Panama Canal, we're including a whole transit of the canal, which kind of brings in the old and the new because they've just expanded the Panama Canal. So you'll see the historic sections and the newer section. And then we go to Costa Rica and have a wonderful jungle cruise to see the howler monkeys, squirrel monkeys, some of the nature that's there.
love Costa Rica.
Every year, we're going to do a Christmas time in a special city in the United States. And on December the 6th, we're going to Tucson. So we spend 4 nights in Tucson. We stay at the historic Arizona Inn right in the middle of town. It is known for the best decorations in town. We have our premier tour manager, Kent, who's going to take you on tours to the Sabino Canyon, Saguaro National Forest with the wonderful cactus that they have there. But it's also the weekend of the Fiesta de Guadalupe, which is their wonderful Christmas parade where the children go down the street with the Christ child, where they bring on the mariachi bands and the yuke deer dancers, all part of this great parade. We finish this 4-night with an extravaganza at the Saint-Cyr de Boc Mission, where they will have reserved seating for us at a beautiful Christmas concert of the Boys Choir and the Opus Choir, a very big event in Tucson. That trip has only 5 places left. So extremely important that you reserve this right away.
So our 2019 ones, we definitely want to get on calling you, making those reservations, because they're going to fill up pretty quickly, the last ones of this year.
That is exactly right, and that's why we're working so far into the future as well.
Absolutely, and that brings us into 2020. You have a great list of trips for next year. What do we got for that?
The lineup takes you everywhere you want. It's something for everyone. So if you want stuff in the United States, we have that. If you want something in Europe, we have that. If you want something exotic and different, you have that. Both land tours and cruises. We have a great cruise to Hawaii where we fly you to Los Angeles and we pick up a ship that takes you to Honolulu and Hilo and Maui and Kauai. That one is also filling. It's only about 7 months away, and these ships fill up. Another important cue is they can raise the rates on these ships. So it is vital that if you're interested in something fun, that you go ahead and sign up. Another great cruise event, we're going to the Carnival in Rio. We're going to do that in February, of course. We're going to fly into Buenos Aires. We're then going to do a Brazilian cruise. We're going to include Sao Paulo and Búzios and Ilhabela, which are kind of like rainforest tropical places. And then 3 days with the ship as your hotel during Carnival in Rio, and we're including all your tours in Rio, including the great Samba Drome Parade, a very colorful samba parade, a real event. Let's see, to go on in 2020, it then takes us to a fun little Caribbean cruise. 7 nights, Caribbean, We're going to the British Virgin Islands. We're going to different ports, including Tortola and St. Martin and San Juan. But while we're there, we're going to be on a very special ship. This is the brand new Celebrity Edge. They have rewritten all the rules for designing on this ship. From the elevator that pulls a big deck up on the exterior of the ship, extending your dining experience in the seafood restaurant over the ocean, to the great different venues for dining. Their main restaurant has been divided up into 4 themed restaurants, and all of them have special events in it. So it's a new ship. It's a fun getaway for 7 days.
Right, right.
Let's see. We then move into true Americana. We're going to Kentucky and Tennessee. 3 nights in Nashville, 2 nights in Louisville. Gee, in Louisville, we're going to have breakfast on the back stretch of Churchill Downs just before the Kentucky Derby takes place in a couple of weeks. We have arranged for a jockey to come and talk to us. From Louisville, we experience a wonderful thoroughbred horse farm tour in Lexington. We do a couple of nights in the Smoky Mountains and a great show in Pigeon Forge. So great Americana. Yeah. After that, we do the Rails and Trails of the Old West, a very, very fun trip. This is just now coming out for May the 14th. It will fill up very quickly. And in Moab, we have a chance to ride on the Colorado River through Canyonlands National Park on a jet boat. We will visit the Dead Horse Point for a great tour of some of the wonderful monoliths and buttes in the area. And then we go to Arches National Park. Just like it sounds, all the great arches that are carved out into the Old West. On to Durango for a couple of nights. We also visit that Old West town and ride the Durango-Silverton rail journey north. Glenwood Springs for its great hot springs, and a tour over to the Maroon Bells.
Oh, wow. That sounds incredible.
That's incredible. Our Voyage of the Vikings, this is a special trip. It requires early reservations. We fly you out to Copenhagen, then we pick up a ship that goes to Norway, Iceland for 4 days, Greenland for 2 days, down the Canadian Maritimes, ending in New York, and then a quick flight home for New York. Now, that one again, early reservations. There's only a one-time cruise like this. It's already filling. That's why we're trying to get our shell pointers to move. The last cruise I'm going to talk about today will be our Southern Portugal Viking River cruise on the River of Gold in Portugal, the Douro River. We have accented this trip with 4 nights in Lisbon, where we visit places like the great castle at Sintra, the beautiful Roman ruins and abbey in Evora. We even have a tour going into Spain as part of this cruise. So all of these are important to reserve early.
Absolutely.
This one, we only have 12 rooms, 6 of which are already taken.
Wow.
Important. This is almost a year and a half from now. That's why we're telling everyone early.
Thank you again, Jeannie, so much for coming to let everyone know at Shell Point what they can see for 2019 and 2020. And if you are interested in joining Jeannie and IsingsTravel on one of their fabulous Journey Collection tours, you can go to any concierge desks to grab a flyer, or you can call the 1-800 number 562-7672.